The Chargepoint paradox, how rewarding and how risky is this company? In this video we're gonna reveal the hidden future of Chargepoint, starting from how rewarding this company can be. And in terms of reward, let's always be very careful. What we have on the screen is the Chargepoint chart and how much the stock has gone down over the last few months. Now, Chargepoint used to be one of the hype stocks that has gone up so much, and it has gone around this price that I'm gonna put on the screen, $49, and as you can see now it's down to $20. Now this is incredible because it allows, wait for it, an incredible potential upside of 146%, and that is if the stock goes back to all-time high. And so from a reward point of view, even if you're very careful, there is a lot of upside, as you can imagine. But is this a good company? Is it some company that we can trust for the long run or not? Well, let's have a quick look at their business model for the future. Now, let's start from the most important thing of Chargepoint. Chargepoint by the numbers. Now, they have, or at least they claim to have, and this is the bit that is very important, 7 times more market share in network level 2 charging, so for this kind of chargers, the level 2 chargers, than the closer competitor in North America. So they have a lot of chargers compared to their competition in North America. That's very important, remember it. And so this is very important. The company has got a head start compared to the other companies, and it's kind of a first mover advantage. That's what happens when you first of all start on a new business and you then are able to expand more because you started first. That's simple, isn't it? But the point being, is this company gonna become profitable? That's what the risk is, and we're gonna look at it right now. Now, to understand if this company is gonna be profitable, we need to understand where is the money coming from, because the issue that this company has is that obviously it's growing very slow, and the uptake in electric cars is going along, is going well. But one thing are electric cars, the other thing are charging stations. Obviously you want to be able to build charging stations, and most of the time no one wants to pay for this. So what I have on the screen is very important. This is Biden wants more EV on the road. So we see that the American government wants more EVs. That's something that you probably know already, hopefully if you are subscribed to this channel. But what about charging stations? That's a big deal. Now let me cut to the chase. This story that I'm telling you about Biden and the infrastructure bill is something that is still ongoing. And if you want to know the latest news on this thing and on Chargepoint, stick around, because on this channel I'm gonna make more videos on Chargepoint. I am an investor in Chargepoint, so I have quite a big amount of money in Chargepoint. But let's keep going on this infrastructure bill, very important for Chargepoint. Now this bill, and this is the important bit about this bill, no beating around the bush on this channel, a bipartisan infrastructure bill, the details of which are not final, so there's still room for development. And as I told you, subscribe so that you can stay with me and we're gonna go through it. Would allocate $7.5 billion, yes, billion dollars to bolstering the nation's network of electric vehicle charging stations. So all this money will probably be spread across and auctioned to a number of companies, one of which could be, and you are guessing right, could be Chargepoint. Yes, there are other competitors. We are gonna have a look at them later in the video because we want to obviously know what the competition is for Chargepoint and potentially understand if one of the competition is better for you, for your portfolio. But let's understand how likely is this infrastructure bill to actually pass. That's actually a very important question. Now, to be honest, this infrastructure bill is probably the messiest bill that has ever been put across. And as you can see, there has been so much development, so many news, so many things happening. This infrastructure plan is being debated very harshly, and as you can see, there are literally news on it every day, and it's just something that it might happen, it might not. But how bad is it going to be for Chargepoint? The good thing is that even without this bill, the industry, the EV industry, and also including obviously charging points, will be able to grow. But how much? Let's have a look at it. So this is the latest estimate. This is a very good website if you want to write it down, Mordor Intelligence. They give you basically market research on a bunch of topics, as you can see. So we have aerospace and so on, but but let's have a look at the one on electric charging stations. So based on their analysis, in 2020 the industry for just charging stations was 5 billion, and in 2026 it will be 36 billion. Yes, 36 billion, with an increase of 44% year on year. And most importantly, just write it down, this is an estimate, guys. This is an estimate of the industry going to 36 billion as a total value. Now that is fantastic, and in fact we're gonna have a look at the numbers for Chargepoint in the future. I have an estimate to understand when the company is going to actually become incredibly big. But first of all, remember that Chargepoint is a very speculative play, and like I said, I'm a big fan of Chargepoint, and I'm planning to hold for the long run. And just to be incredibly precise, and we are here for that, the company has been losing more and more money over the last years, over the last year that it has become public, because obviously it started as a private company, then it went public through a merger, and there where we are now. So as you can see, every year has been, this is actually quarters, has been burning through quite a lot of cash, to be honest, and their revenues and their net loss actually has been going up. Actually, if you look at the chart over here, you see that there is an exponential increase in losses. And so the big question is, when is this company gonna become profitable? Well, the good thing is that I worked ahead and found a very interesting article. Let's have a look at it. Now, this is an article on Chargepoint and where Chargepoint will be in 5 years, guys. So this is an important bit. Please stick around and hit that like button because we're gonna have a look at it. So as you can see, this is the projections, guys. Very important. I'm gonna zoom in for you so that we can have a look and we can comment on it. So revenue guidance 2022 2023, but what is important, what is mostly interesting to us is that based on this latest estimate, and this is the best estimate you can find, guys, it will be profitable, wait for it, in 2024, guys. So at the time of recording, that is 3 years away. But before we look at how much the market will be and how likely is the company to become profitable in 2024, we need to understand that this company is not profitable, and so it will be able to survive only if it has enough cash in the bank to get to 2024. And that's what we're gonna have a look at right now. How much cash? So this is their latest cash flow statement, which is basically just a document to tell you, yes, that's the amount of cash that they have in the bank. And the latest quarter, they showed us that they have around $618 million in the bank. Now, most of it came from the merger, but as you can see from this other little blue line, is that most of this cash is coming from stock dilutions, which is something that stock owners like myself and stock investors, well, do not like it because normally the stock tanks, but it's something that we have to put up with until 2024. But just to summarize this slide, 600 million is a very good place to be for a stock that is burning cash. It's more than $500 million, and it's something that definitely could be improved upon, but it's definitely a good place to be for a company that needs to survive that long. And so you understand that although this company is a speculative play, don't get me wrong, it's not 100% safe you're gonna get there, but it's very, very likely that it's gonna become profitable. And when a company becomes profitable, normally the stock price is one of the things that definitely goes up like a rocket ship because investors find more interested in it. And when I talk about investors, I'm not talking about you and me, normal people. I'm talking about banks, and they have to buy stocks that are safe most of the time, especially we're talking pensions here and companies like that. And so in that case, we can see that it's gonna become profitable, very likely. It just needs a teeny tiny amount of market to become profitable, and based on that, it's actually a good bet. But Chargepoint is not the only player in the market. Actually, there are quite a few players in the market, as you can see on the screen right now. To be honest, this video is becoming very long, so I'm gonna cut it short. Subscribe if you want to see more videos where I compare all these competition to Chargepoint, because it's gonna be incredibly good.